It looks like we're live.
We are live. Happy Throw It Thursday, everybody. Tonight, Jeff is going to be throwing the new Brunswick Zenith. I personally don't have one of these in my bag. So, all I can say is it has a lot of teeth and it hooks a lot.
All right, Carrie's really bad being a commentator. So let me talk here as we're starting off here. I'll try to do a little bit of both here. But what you're going to see tonight is the brand new, as she said, the Brunswick Zenith. I've thrown this ball down the lane probably about, I don't know, 10 or 15 shots at this point. And all I can tell you is this ball it's just strong. So a couple key points that I wanted to go over as we're on the feed, and I'll let her kind of look at the comments. I went with a slightly different layout for this ball for myself. Because this bowling ball is so strong, and I wanted to make sure I got some play time with it, I did a 2 1/4 inch pin on this, pin to pap, basically to kind of get the core to smooth out a little bit and make it a little more playable. So I definitely toned it down a little bit. But the Zenith, brand new core, brand new cover stock. You got the Zenith core, you got that AXH, which is now that Activator Extreme Hook cover stock on it. 2485 RG, 0.052 differential, and the asymmetry is 19, so a lot of intermediate differential. 501,000. I can tell you this thing looks like it's 15 shots in. It still looks like it's 360, but believe it or not, it's 501,000. Dynamic core and dot as well. So I'm going to throw a couple shots here for you, and then try to answer a couple questions. See if I can get a couple good ones here for you. Give you an idea of what you're looking at.
Woo!
Pretty good shot to start off there. Again, 2 1/4 inch pin's definitely going to, smooth the reaction out a little bit for me. Tonight, I actually put down a heavier volume pattern on purpose. So I'm bowling on almost 30 mils of oil and on 45 feet. And the ball's not going to flare a ton because of the layout. But what I can tell you is this thing just digs. And I will purposely throw a couple of the right just to show you how early you can make this ball.
Plus, it's pretty.
See that? Gave that ball away to the right on purpose, little move of my feet. See how hard that bowling ball came off of that. 45 feet. 45 feet and that ball 369.10. Absolutely silly. Okay, what do we got for comments coming through here? Anything to answer so far?
Bob's on. He said, congrats to me on the win. And what's up, Jeff? Thank you, Bob. And Brandon would like to know if the ball is teethier.
The ball is definitely teethier than anything in my bag right now. Biggest ball I usually travel with is a Redemption Solid. This ball easily, earlier shape for me, even though with the 2 1/4 inch pin, ball's still pretty early. Smooth out the back end reaction, but it just digs. So again, I'm going to move right here on purpose. And I'm going to throw it up the lane a little bit just to show you what this thing's doing even on 45 feet. Look at that. Look at that.
Left turn.
So I'm going to come behind the computer here so I can kind of see the comments. But I purposely wanted to show you that, okay? So again, 45 feet, 2 1/4 inch pin. Obviously, I'm pretty heavy-handed, but you can see how much that bowling ball dug into the lane. And this is ice oil, too. So to see it booming off the mids like that, gang, this may be one of the strongest bowling balls I have thrown to date. And the colors that you're seeing go down the lane right now, it isn't doing it justice. Color scheme on this thing, bright orange, got some purple in there, a little bit of red with the swirls in there, but pretty bowling ball. Looks like, this release here, we went with a little bit of brighter colors. If you saw the Hero Solid, that ball is sharp as well. We'll definitely do a review on that one. But this time I'm going to move left a little bit. Now, because this is 45 feet, I'm going to assume this ball is going to dig in pretty early, so hopefully I can get the 10 out. Maybe we can throw a good one here. What do you think, Carrie?
Yeah, do it. Maybe.
Little left of where I was looking. Little left.
You can definitely tell the front part of the lane is being chewed up by this thing.
Either 15 shots in, and man, it's just sucking it in. I'm watching it, kind of looking at it. It's a little tighter flare on this with the 2 1/4, but you can just watch it. This thing is just soaking. I don't think this thing's really gonna quit. That one was left to target a little bit, so we'll try to throw this one just a little bit better.
Jeff, I have a question for you.
Yep.
How would you compare this to the Authority, the Solid that came out?
I have not personally thrown the Authority Solid. However, watching this motion, this ball's even bigger. I think this is going to be a home run. How about that one, Barry?
Oh, yeah.
How about that one through the pins, huh?
It's okay.
Unbelievable through the pins. It is teeth here. 17 viewers are in there. Any more questions coming through? I mean, I know I'm talking quite a bit about this one. But remember, the segments on Thursday, we want to answer as much as we can for you. The Strata. Man, that's tough, Brandon. See, I've seen carries go down the lane, and man, I kind of want to get this in her hand as well. I would say from a comparable, these balls are pretty close. Strata, I'm going to say, we looked at that the other day. What's the intermediate dip on a Strata? 018? It's either 018 or 019. So in that same realm of intermediate dip. So you're definitely going to get that thing going sideways off the pattern. So just big bowling balls. But again, when you talk about this ball versus the Strata, the other thing, think about the Strata, I mean, the colors, they're unbelievable. Bright, that bright blue that's in there. 017, I think, on the Strata is what we're seeing here. But the color schemes, I'm going to say between this and the Strata right now, carries with a bigger layout. I'm going to say it's close, Brandon. Even though the numbers, the intermediate diffs are a little, the overall strength of the balls and the cores together and the covers, they're going to be pretty close within 2 different brands.
Brandon, I can also add that I actually threw my Strata last night for about a game and a half at Clearview. It was great the first game, and then it just beat the front part of the lane up, and, it was good night for that. But Clearview has a little bit more oil than, your typical house shot, so it definitely... Oh, look at that!
Let's sell some balls! You don't get scouts in this building, folks. You just don't get them.
True statement.
Do not get them. I'm impressed, gang. Very, very impressed. And, I'm going to be honest with you. I'm a guy that, for my personal game, I throw a lot of symmetric bowling balls. This one's going to be in the bag. This one's going to be in the bag pretty much everywhere I go. It's going to give me that kind of shape on a pattern with this kind of volume. Home run. Home run. Throw 1 or 2 more here, and then we'll answer a few questions, and then I'll stop puffing and puffing.
Jordan would like to know, based on what you're seeing, do you think it would be a ball to start off on in like a block, or like more of a ball up and move left when you have over under?
Definitely. I mean, for me personally, this is definitely going to be a ball early in the blocks. You know, kind of first one out of the bags. Even if I was going to throw this in the league, okay, because you know, in a league, I might be able to have enough cover on this ball that it burns off a little bit and will give me a good look. And then I would transition into something as I move left. The layout of mine personally, I'm definitely not going to get in and circle the lane, you know, with the layout that I chose for this one. But it's definitely going to boom off of it. I know Bob was on here, and if you watch some of his video, you know, he got in and was circling it, and that ball didn't stop. It was running the 8-pin over. So, you know, it's just, you know, difference between players. All right, one more here. I'll try to move left a little bit here just to kind of show you, Jordan. Try to be a little more soft-handed here. See if we can't curve this around a little bit. But again, you know, the pattern, there's a big old puddle in the middle of the lane. But we'll see what happens. Tried. It definitely tried to get up the hill. All right.
What other questions?
A few more questions here, and then I will cut the feed off for the night. But again, super impressed with this one. Honestly, I can't wait to throw this in an event when I'm not just trying to throw shot after shot after shot for a feed and kind of talk here in between. Kind of tough to go back and forth, but man, big asymmetric ball, shelf appeal, and throwing a scout in my building. Yeah, that's a winning formula there. How about it, folks? Any other questions out there tonight? You know, at one time, you know, get a bunch of people in here viewing, but everybody's crickets today.
Kevin has a question.
Comparison to the Arrow, whoa, way different. Arrow for me, definitely a cleaner piece. Doesn't read the front nearly as much. So to answer that, you know, for an Arrow, that would be a progression probably off this ball. So as I, you know, if I want to kind of stay in the same zone down lane, and I'm going to have to take a step left, I may be going to something like an Arrow if I want to stay on the asymmetry side of the bowling balls, or, you know, what I call the two different bags that we travel with. Arrow, very special ball. That one's in the bag all the time as well. But again, this one, I can't wait to throw this on, you know, something synthetic, something that feels really tight in front of the head pin, and see if we can, you know, kind of throw it up the lane a little bit and just get that bowling ball to, you know, lay there and keep me in a zone and right as long as possible, right? Again, I'm bowling on wood here. You know, no matter what I put down here, there's going to be some back end. But, yeah, overall, super impressed.
I think, yeah, we started with the Arrow, and we did, you know, we reviewed that, and we were like, oh, this ball is special, and it is, and it hooked a lot. And then we did the Columbia 300 Authority Solid, and we were like, oh, this ball hooks even more. Now we have the Zenith, and holy moly, it hooks even more. Like, I guess more hook is better. I mean, that's just how I look at those three balls in comparison.
Yeah, I see the wiggle out of that, Jordan, if you're still on. You know, again, it's 45 feet. That's not where I'm going to play on 45 feet on the fresh. I'm just not doing it. I'm going to be right of that. But that bowling ball is still trying to get there, which is amazing, because that part of the lane is, honestly, I should be kind of hitting the right side of the 3-pin. And that ball is hitting the head pin, almost striking. You see this going in the sport shot bag for more volume or for house shot bag? For me, sport shot, but I'm not going to discount it from a house shot either, Jordan, because let me talk through this a little bit. So sometimes on the house shots, we always see that there's a ton of friction down lane, right? So we tend to kind of migrate looking for balls that are kind of smoother, don't see the front quite as much, and then we try to leave, utilize some down lane motion. And we don't always need to do that, folks. What we can do is think about it differently and play it front to back and use a stronger bowling ball to get it to burn off some energy in the front part of the lane where that puddle is, and the ball ends up kind of smoothing out on the back end of the lane. All right. Now, the trick is, this one here with this layout, this may be okay on a house shot for me because it has the shorter pin on it, but with a really strong cover, it's going to mellow the ball out enough that I can kind of throw it in the dirt and get this thing to burn off, right? And that's huge. There's no tournament versus house shot bags, per se. Sometimes on the tournament bags, at times we may use a little stronger pin to pap on some balls, but for me, for the most part, I have the same balls going to tournaments as I do to house shots. But I'm going to throw a lot more hybrids on the house shots and stuff. But tell you what, on a Monday night, as much as they've been hooking for us, I may throw this down the lane and see what happens. Good question on that, though. Brandon, work with your pro shop professional, get the correct layout for your game. Absolutely. Again, I think what Brandon's kind of referring to there is, I could have put in, one of my favorite layouts, like a 5-inch pin to pap, or on ASIMs, like 5 1/4. Definitely then that bowling ball would be kind of hard for me to use on house shots, but I want a little bit of variety, so went with a different layout on this one to take advantage of the hitting power of the asymmetric ball, bigger core, right? And I took advantage of it in this building because I keep going back to it, gang, but you have no idea how hard it is to get a scout in this building to come off of these sidewalls. It's hard. So awesome questions there. Any last ones for us before I cut the feed off for the night? I think that's going to pretty much wrap it up. I'd say, 18 to 20 minutes here for one person throwing it down the lane is enough. Catch my breath. Got to get back to the shop portion here at the center. And tons of plug work to do, blank balls to drill yet. It's been a crazy day, but we definitely love taking the time out to talk to everybody, showcase these amazing pieces. And the good news for you is these balls released today. We have Zeniths in stock. We have Heroes in stock. Stratas are here. I'm sorry, slipped my mind. What's the Latitude Pearl? Latitude Pearl as well. They're all here. They're all ready for you. We'll be doing some reviews on everything that we can. Next week, I'm going to tell you that, we're probably going to review now in full detail, probably the Black Widow 2.0 and the Web MB, which we're all very excited for as well. You got to see Carrie throw those kind of incognito. Another ball that came out. We don't have that one, though. But we're going to keep doing what we love to do, and hope you guys are enjoying it as much as we do. As our closing remark here, as we always do, please go support your local centers, proprietors, pro shops, and the sport of bowling in general. And by all means, keep the political shit out of it and be nice to everybody. All right, gang, I'm going to sign off for the night here. Thanks for joining us, and have a good evening.
Bye.